Hi, friends. I'm Katie Brinkley, and you're listening to a Rocky Mountain Marketing Quickcast. These bite-sized episodes are released every Thursday and are going to give you the latest news and tips in the world of social media that are happening right now. Let's dive into today's Quickcast episode. Welcome back to another episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. I'm just getting home from a week-long immersion into business growth. I spent last week at Social Media Marketing World, and Social Media Marketing World holds a very special place in my heart. I was there from Monday through Thursday, and Social Media Marketing World, for those of you who are not familiar with it, is an event for people to come and talk about social media all day, every day, and connect with some other marketers. There's people there that are like me, that are agency owners who own their own social media agency. There's content creators, people who are looking to, become an influencer. There's people that are managing their social media for their large corporation, but we all have this common goal of using social media as that tool for our business. And then after that, I went to my mastermind, which was in Orange County, and we talked all about how to use AI for our businesses, how to help craft our ideal client. And I have to say, it was a great event. Just getting together, there was about 20 of us, getting together, growing, learning from each other. You know, I work in social media, and I specialize in organic strategies, but there's another person there that also works in social media, but she specializes in TikTok and short form video. And then another person who specializes in long form video. And then there's other people there that craft courses and funnels. It's really great to get together with other business owners. And while we were there, we started talking about some of the ups and downs of content creation. And that's where I wanted to take us with today's podcast episode, because again, for the last week, all I've been doing is thinking about social media and business growth. And I know that on Thursday morning, I actually went to Starbucks, pick up my morning coffee before I tootled on up to Orange County for the mastermind. And I was going to share some of my pictures with my social media followers from the event. I was like, I got to make sure that I upload some pictures. Took 6 pictures the whole time I was gone. 6. The whole time I was at a social media event, I didn't take any pictures for social media. And I was extremely frustrated at first. But then I kind of gave myself a little, take it easy on yourself, because I was spending time with people. I ran into Atiba, who's been on the podcast before. Wave Wild and I spent a ton of time together. She's been on the podcast and was also a speaker at Social Profit Lab. So many great people in real life connecting beyond a computer screen. And when we were there, the last thing I wanted to do was think about creating content. Because I think that with being a content creator and being a business owner, that's one of the hardest parts, is creating the content. And not only do I want to talk about it with today's podcast, but I want to offer you all a solution. So as a business owner, we have all turned ourselves into content creators in some regard. And one of the things I say time and time again is, showing up on Instagram as a business owner is very different than showing up as a content creator. But I digress. Just hear me out on this. As a content creator, as a business owner, we have all turned into content creators in some regard. And I've discovered that one of the most agonizing parts of being a content creator is in the middle. So I'm going to explain this a little bit, but you've I'm sure run into this challenge too, when you've been creating content for a while and you're no longer in the exciting beginning phase where, you're creating this content, people are starting to follow you, you're getting those initial likes, and you're not yet at the point of the satisfying end phase. You're in the slow, agonizing, enough to make you want to quit middle phase. And why is the middle so difficult? And I want to break it down for you in today's episode. So there's 3 stages of content creation: the beginning, the middle, and the end. In the beginning, you're running on the adrenaline. You've just signed up for Instagram or Facebook. You've started a new blog. Maybe you started your first podcast, and you're playing with your new shiny toy. You're committed to it. You're creating content. You have all these ideas, and the world is your oyster. And you hit post, and you get that dopamine hit. And then the end is all about momentum. You've made it. You've hit 100,000 followers. You're making income. You're getting inbound leads on a consistent basis. And you're living the life of your dreams. You know exactly what you're doing, what to post, and what you want to say and do every day. But the middle is torture. And the adrenaline from that first post has worn off. Maybe you're kind of crashed on how many new likes you've gotten or new followers. Maybe you're getting more unfollowers on a regular basis than new followers. And you've hit posts. You've tried hitting it every day. You've tried cutting back and doing 3 times a week. And you're still only getting maybe 15 likes on a post and maybe a couple new followers, maybe a couple people unfollowing you. And at this rate, you're thinking, well, social media is finally going to work for me in my business when I'm like 90 or when I'm retired, and it's no longer fun. It's not fun for me anymore. So what is the solution? And for me, I think this is where I've come to a point of it was being a mindset shift. I'm in the middle, and this is where the success really should stem from one thing. It's how much you're learning. You have 100% control over how much you learn and how much you improve. But one thing you have 0 control over, how much engagement you have, how many likes, how many new followers. You have 0 control over that. And instead of measuring your effort, your self-worth on how many likes you're getting, how many followers you're getting, having it mess with your entire emotional state and your business, turning somebody else's thumb up or double tap into an emotional state of approval, it's going to completely wear you down, and you're going to get frustrated and you're going to want to give up. You have to shift your mindset into a growth mindset, because that is the only way you are going to be led into success. And when you're chasing the metrics like the likes and the engagement, it's a guaranteed way to cause yourself burnout, and you're going to want to quit. The stress, the anxiety, and to be honest, it's terrible for creativity. If you look at my Instagram account right now, it is the end of March of 2023. So depending on when you're listening to this episode, it's the end of March, and I have done 2 posts this month. I was burnt out after Social Profit Lab. My creativity was burnt out, and I found it really hard to show up for my audience and then look to see like, oh, well, I'm only getting 200 views on a reel these days. What's the point of even doing it? But if you're chasing the likes and you're focusing on metrics that you have 0 control over, you're not going to want to post, and you're going to give yourself only the opportunity for more stress and more anxiety. And I'm back from, and this is why I was talking about social media marketing world and being at my mastermind, because I was there learning. My focus wasn't on what to post, or I have to make sure that I go live here, or I have to make sure that I take all these pictures for social media. My shift was 100% on learning and improving. And from that, something magical can happen. Because if you're learning and if you're always looking to improve, You're going to be more creative. You're going to become more passionate about your work again and sharing your message. You're going to become more resilient and not worry about the likes, the comments, the shares, the number of views you're getting. And you're going to start seeing the process as a journey. And you're not going to be showing up on social media only looking for the destination. Because what happens when you get to that next milestone of 1,000 followers? Then you just have another milestone. You want to hit 5,000. And then after 5,000, it's 10. And after 10, it's 25. There's always going to be a next destination. So enjoy the journey while you're on it. Enjoy learning. And the more you learn, the more it's going to spark your creativity. And like I said, this podcast is coming to you from my own experience, from being at Social Media Marketing World, from being at my mastermind, having these conversations and hearing what people are struggling with, what I'm struggling with, so I can now create better content for you. That's what's going to have people come to you and want to connect with you and learn from you. And I promise you, it's going to make you feel a whole new sense of relief when it comes to your social media, because it's not going to feel like a chore anymore. You're going to enjoy the process and enjoy the journey and not be focused on just the destination. Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. Make sure to subscribe so that you can continue navigating the world of entrepreneurship. And I'd love to hear from you. Please leave the show a review and connect with me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at @IamKatieBrinkley or connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you're ready to start making some sales on social media, be sure to grab my free guide to selling in the DMs without being spammy. You can get that at katiebrinkley.com. Let's keep taking your marketing to all new heights.